Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, so this is going to be my second attempt at the moon. Or more precisely, returning a probe from the moon. So our big change in this design is the new heat shield. It's got 4 times the power of the resistance of the previous one. I'm also going to try and establish a better approach. I think I can get a better more effective lunar encounter than the one I had in the previous attempt. But we will find out when we get this thing into orbit, and so we can actually start planning our attack on the planet, so to speak. Fuel was definitely a challenge in the previous attempt, so I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen yet, but without any further ado, launching in 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. So, like so many recordings before this, I'm sure you guys have seen more than enough orbital flights. So barring a disaster on this flight, I will see you in orbit. See you on the flip side. And welcome back. A minor glitch with our previous attempt at the flight. This is a second launch. Nothing went horribly wrong, just something went wonky with the flight and I lost control and things didn't quite work out the way I would have liked. So this is a slight adjustment to the maneuver and a second attempt, and we're just about into orbit. It says here in fine print. There it comes. 3, 2, 1, 0. Kill it. That's a little more. You know what? No, that's good enough. Okay. Let's get ourselves to the moon. That rig again. Maneuver. Pull it out to lunar orbit. The usual suspect in terms of method. Whoa, okay, that's a 4-hour transit. That's not bad. Let's see, can we get it closer? That's the question. Now, why is it not a proper... Alright, let's try a slightly adjusted departure here. That gets us further. That's starting to get us closer, but at the cost of time. Let's see, what do we have there? 400,000. See if we get there sooner. Are we getting lower? 300. 260. 376. So we're just getting further. We want to keep ourselves in a Kerbal return. That's the thing, is we want to go as minimal amount of fuel as possible. Try and ensure, hello. That might be a near ideal approach to the moon there. We're just about got it. I think we just about got it. The only downside is moon encounter is 7 hours away, so we're not getting there as fast, which is bad for our batteries. So if let's see, what do we have here? 5 hours till a periapsis of that height. I think we're getting... There we are. That's our mark. 5 hours to a 28-kilometer periapsis approximately. Downside being we have a immediate escape. So if we had a secondary maneuver here, and the plan will be... Oops, not a lunar orbit. It'll be a Kerbal orbit. I don't know what just happened there, but it didn't like it. The only problem is, yeah, it's a perfect slingshot. I mean, that's a textbook moon slingshot maneuver that they do in NASA. But that is the better approach in a lot of ways. never get close enough. Is there anything else we can do to... Oh, this one. This one will pull us in nice and tight. Let's see. Whoa, that's just getting us way off course. Okay, never mind. Periapsis. Okay, let's see. That first option was definitely the best of the options. As long as we can make sure we don't wind up at a full Kerbin escape. That's getting better. A little more gas. More gas is getting us closer, but it's escaping us from Kerbin, which is not really what we want. What we want is better timing of the orbit. So what we need to do is we need to adjust this more precisely. That is definitely still a Kerbin escaping orbit, but maybe if we give it a little less power, like so. Adjust the timing, adjust the power. That's starting to look a little better. 57-kilometer periapsis is just about right. We could be just a little lower energy. Not much lower though. It's interesting seeing these things assume that we're actually going to successfully orbit. Alright, and then before we make our Mooner escape, actually we don't want to do it at a Mooner escape, we want to do it right after we get out into the Kerbin system again. So if we do it here, it means we start dropping our Kerbin apoapsis Kerbin orbit down to a reasonable height, but boy is that ever a long burn to bring it down. Can I encounter it sooner, maybe? That obviously won't work. No, that's looking like our window right there. Actually, that's not a bad one. But again, the problem is that we're too high, which I guess we could fix as we got closer to the moon, rather than fixing it now. Because if we did it now, that takes more energy. So if we do let's see if we can do a shorter transit maybe. And maybe that is the way to do it, is to that's the lowest we can go without having a full-on Kerbin escape. It's a very interesting balance, isn't it? To try and figure out which higher. We're getting close. Let's carefully choose the departure time here. 72. That should do it. That should do it, because that gives us, okay, so it's a 1-day return. The only thing I don't know about this thing is whether or not it's got the... I might as well save it. At least then we can possibly adjust our maneuver here instead of adjusting our... Unset the target. Back to the Kerbin. Alright. RCS off, SAS off. Let's bring it around 14 minutes till burn. The only real wild card in this is whether or not I got the battery power to do it. I can drop that periapsis right after we get to the moon, or leave the moon, I should say. Alright, little final adjustment to our positioning, which actually needs to be on top of that blue dot there. Caps lock, finer controls, lock it on. 1 minute, dropping, and it's 3, 2, 1, mark. Okay, So if that blue marker leaves, I guess I have to chase it, but I don't know. Is the blue marker just where I have to burn at the start of the burn, or is it where I have to keep burning to maintain my planned... There's so much about this game I don't know. I guess that's part of the fun of playing blind, but boy, it sure gets confusing at times. Boy, that 70-kilometer one is just a little high, but I'm not going to get greedy, even if I've got a 10,000-meter one or something. I need to make sure I don't waste any more fuel than absolutely necessary on this. I need a less than 60-kilometer pass, so 59 would do if I'm fast enough on the mark. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's see, moon periapsis is still a little low. Oh, good enough. Good enough. We're going to leave it at that, and we are going to clean that up when we get a little closer by adding a maneuver about there, which will drop our lunar periapsis a little more. But we're going to do that when we get there. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I successfully did a maneuver. It's the best. I just don't know if this is going to do it, because I also have to successfully make a return. I am so low on fuel here, it's not even funny. All right, let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, you see, look at that slow transit we've got there. All right, center on the moon. All right, let's plan this. That is a bizarre little orbit, though, isn't it? Maneuver. Drop that periapsis a little more. 116. 29, that's way more than necessary. 33, still way more than necessary. 37. 46, that'll do. Okay, so that is our planned maneuver coming up in 13 minutes, and that should make our, optimize our, slow down. This is what I get for trying to plan maneuvers when my thing is on fast forward. All right, 8 minutes to the mark for 1 second, a very short burn. Almost no fuel at all to get this adjustment. I wonder if it really is more fuel efficient to burn the adjustment closer to the moon. I'm coming down. We need to go under 60. And 3, almost there. There we are. Done. Get rid of that maneuver. And the next maneuver is going to be dropping that periapsis while we're at our apoapsis here. Down to a comfortable, not crash. 90, 79. If I go under 70, I should be just skipping the atmosphere a bit. There we are. Let's try that. That's our experiment of the day. But for now, moon. There's Kerbin. There's the moon. Let's bring it on in. We are really slow on energy for this return step. Oh, I hate that disorienting moment when we switch contexts. It sometimes really lags out badly when that happens. Okay, under 100,000. Let's get our high orbit sample again. And continuing onward to our low orbit sample. Bringing it on down, under 60, expose that goo, keep that data because we can't change it anyways because it's a physical experiment. Adjust our trajectory, preparing for our next burn in 6 hours time, and prepare to continue. Okay. You know what? I better just double check this burn because that didn't look right. Okay. So the burn probably needs to be at our apoapsis. How far away is that apoapsis? And which way are we going? 6 hours to the apoapsis, 19 hours to the periapsis. There's no way we're going to have enough fuel to do this if we do it this way. So we need to retrograde ourselves a whole bunch right now to try and cut the transit time. Wait, hold on. Have we just increased our transit time? That's bizarre. Alright, well, I don't know if there's much we can do about it. No, actually, okay, I take that back. We just aren't using the right math to do it. Man, that makes a huge difference. Five hours. Okay, we don't want to... Alright, kill that. That went goofy. Yeah, I think we're going to have power problems getting back here. Again, as usual. Okay. Wow, you do it at the wrong time. It goes from 4 hours to 1 day for our... There we are. Okay, so that's the time we need to do our burn to make it the most efficient possible. Because that'll bump our return down a whole lot of time. Of course, the length of the burn, 9 seconds. Okay, that's not bad. And that takes us very close to the atmosphere. And that's our... Okay, that'll do. CS off, RCS on, we'll maneuver ourselves over there, and 9-second burn hopefully will be good enough to accomplish what we want to accomplish here, which is something that will get us back and slightly into the atmosphere. Alright, bringing it around. 1 hour from now we burn a whole bunch of hours off of our return trip. Okay, burning in 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Shrinking down this orbit big time. Okay, coming down, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. There we are. Okay, hopefully this is the part where we learn something really valuable about orbital mechanics. And now here's our final retrograde burn. This is the one that will bring us hopefully safely down to Kerbin, assuming we don't run out of batteries. Okay. That should do it. That'll bring us into the atmosphere right there, that burn. Okay, so RCS on, off RCS, do your thing. There's our final burn, more or less. So in 11 hours, that's the hard part of the question. The real question is, will that last? Okay. I don't think it's going to make it. I think it's going to be batteries are going to be the problem, aren't they? But let's turn on the last two lights on this thing. Let's see if we can adjust any details of this. No, we can't. It'll be touch and go, but we still have battery left. Okay. 2 minutes to burn. This is the final burn. This is it. So it's do or die now. Let's see what we got here. We are definitely ready for bad things to happen here. And boy, are we ever going fast. We are not quite touching the atmosphere here. But I think we're about to start in just a second here. Yeah. Okay, so we've just hit the point where we're dropping. All right. This is the full-on retrograde burn. We're just retrograding as if, and it's every drop of fuel we got and hope for the best. Because we can't afford to do another orbit. Nah, there's not quite enough fuel. Not enough fuel. Oh, so close, you know. Well, guys, it was a valiant attempt, but this thing just is not quite designed right to do a return from Kerbin, from the orbit. A few passes around, and it's just not quite low enough either. The periapsis. Okay, so we could go even a little lower than that, I think. Periapsis of 68 is not low enough to actually get. I need to get down into here, which is probably around 60,000. Did I save? Where did I save? Nope, I didn't save at the right time. Okay. Well, regardless, yeah, I think I'm going to have to redesign this or do some research on how to do orbits. Well, thanks for joining me for my failed learning attempts here today. Yeah, I got a lot to learn. I think I might take one more stab at this. No, you know what? It's battery power is a problem too. So let's just get this thing out of orbit. Let's see, that should be a retrograde burn right now, isn't it? No. Yep, it is. Bring her down. Bring her on down. Let's get out of this orbit. And let's find out if this design can actually get to the... You know what? We'll try and get this... We'll return this to the ground. We'll return this thing to the ground and see if that will work. Okay. RCSing. Okay, need to turn that on. SAS off. That's not going to help us at this stage. RCS still on though. All right, bring her on down now. So then we can do a little research and refresh my memory on certain things, like where does the atmosphere... Whoa! Whoa! Okay, Retrograde, retrograde. Stop, 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 man. It's a good thing I don't care about what happens to this, but it would be nice to actually succeed a little. All right. So it's actually even as low as the 40s would still get us this bit of retrograde effort. Okay, getting rid of that. All right, this is it. That's a little unstable. That's a lot unstable, but hopefully the things that matter didn't get hit. It looks like it. Boy, that was unstable, though. Not much of that shield left, either. But that's because it was a very non-optimal re-entry. Alright, a little... Yeah, so... Yeah, see, I was going too fast. That was designed to be a really fast re-entry. So, not the end of the world. Okay. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.